When thinking about how close Luke Skywalker came to joining the Emperor and Darkseid in Episode 6, one is right to immediately think of the ending of his duel with Darth Vader. Luke's surrender to the darkness is evident in this scene from Return of the Jedi, but it's revealed just as clearly in the Episode 6 novelization. With Vader's threat that he attempt to turn Leia to the dark side, Luke was pushed into a frenzy that even Vader had never seen before, ending with Luke realizing the darkness that consumed his father had also just consumed him. But as telling as this scene is in portraying just how close Luke was to joining the dark side, the novelization also demonstrates that Luke was on the edge of this fall long before Vader's threat and Luke's final frenzied lightsaber barrage. While Luke at times during his duel with Vader appeared to be calm and confident within the light side of the Force, refusing to fight Vader and denying the Emperor's wishes for him, Luke's internal thoughts were another matter altogether. As we'll see, Luke was far more influenced by the dark side during his scenes within the Emperor's throne room than would initially appear in Episode 6, with his thoughts even envisioning a path where he would become Emperor and engage in a brutal conquest of the galaxy. The primary catalyst that would allow this vision to form in Luke's mind was the realization early in his confrontation with Darth Sidious that the Emperor feared him and his power, an understanding clearly recognizable to both Luke and Vader. Initially, the thought that the Emperor feared Luke turning his power against him gave the Jedi a newfound confidence in his position within the light, believing he could stand up to Sidious's temptations and attempts to bring him to the dark side. However, this confidence would soon evaporate as Sidious revealed the extent of his trap to Luke, as the Emperor continued to reveal his machinations, that he was the one to reveal the location of the shield generator, that a legion of stormtroopers were unknowingly waiting for his friends on the Forest Moon, and then in seeing the Death Star's super laser annihilate a rebel capital ship, Luke was powerless in attempting to restore the previous calm he achieved. He was experiencing torment and agony of the worst kind. Even more, he was being consumed by despair, with any semblance of calm being engulfed by the bleakness of the situation. It was at this moment when Luke reached out with the Force for his lightsaber, when the Jedi realized that the dark side was very much now with him. And as the duel progressed between himself and Vader, his thoughts were becoming darker still, powered by the hopelessness he believed was now inescapable. With his friends and the rebellion on the brink of destruction, Luke was naturally driven to consider any option available to him. It was this reality that would push Luke to envision a path where he would become Emperor of the Galaxy. But it didn't start there. As he stood above Vader at the top of the staircase he just knocked the Dark Lord from, Luke found his own power to be intoxicating. Luke knew that he could kill his father and take his place at the Emperor's side. Whereas the Jedi would have pushed away any such thoughts before, Luke now accepted it and played out the scenario. As the novelization explains, as Luke envisioned the power he would then have, it made him feverish, providing a lust for authority that was so overpowering he totally destroyed any other thoughts he had and continuing to follow the path of the light. In fact, another path emerged as well, driven by his earlier recognition of the Emperor's fear. He could destroy the Emperor too, not just Vader. In doing so, Luke then allowed himself to envision a future with both Sith dead and himself ruling the galaxy. And Luke didn't just see himself ruling, he gave thought to that which could only be born of the dark side, a reign that involved avenging everything that was taken from him and conquering anything that stood in his way. Luke found the possibility of such a future to be dizzying, and yet he didn't recoil from it. These were immensely dark thoughts from Luke, made at a time when he appears to be somewhat in control of his emotions within the film, declining to continue the fight between himself and Vader. The Emperor's instructions to use his aggressive feelings would ultimately cause Luke to be engulfed by confusion again, pulling him from the clarity he previously had when considering the dark side. But the novelization is clear. It wasn't merely Vader's threat with Leia that would cause Luke to embrace the darkness. It was occurring long before that. Although Luke would find the strength to make the decision he prepared his entire life to make, to renounce the darkness within himself, Luke had nevertheless seen the opposite side of this decision. Not only had he envisioned a future where he took his father's place as Sidious's apprentice, but going even further in taking the Emperor's place as well, and controlling an empire defined by conquest and revenge. So there we have it, how Luke envisioned becoming Emperor as he dueled Vader in Episode 6. We love making these videos, so why not subscribe for more fun Star Wars theories and discussions. Also, if you enjoyed the video, think about giving a like or leaving a comment. Or perhaps follow us on Twitter at SW Reading Club for updates regarding the channel. Or support the channel through Patreon for access to exclusive rewards and discussions. If not for me... For Emperor Skywalker.